Our goal is to create a free encyclopedia for every single person on the planet in their own language. And we're part of the way to that goal. Certainly if you're speaking English, French, German, a handful of other primarily European languages, Chinese, Japanese. I mean, these are the languages that have more than 250,000 entries and are very big and very robust projects. And there's a lot of languages where we're very, very far from our objective. There are some 350 languages that have at least 1 million speakers. So I have been increasingly turning my attention in recent years to the languages of the developing world. You know, our biggest initiatives these days, in terms of new initiatives, would be our efforts to increase participation, particularly in the developing world. So we've got people now on the ground in India helping the Indian language community, the Indian languages community, I should say, because there are over 20 different languages in India, and helping them to solve technical issues, helping them to get press support, do outreach to professors and graduate students to become authors in their own languages. The Wikimedia Foundation is the charity that owns and operates Wikipedia. We're a nonprofit organization that exists primarily from the small donors, people donating $20, $30, those kinds of amounts is really the backbone of the funding. Our budget for next year is about $29 million US, so it's a very small budget to do this very big thing. And only a small percentage of the people who are viewing actually do donate money. So that is not a problem for us because we have a massive audience. We have over 420 million people visiting the website every month. On any given day, I'm told it's 80 million people. So obviously, many people visit multiple times per month. And the people do love Wikipedia. And so when we have our annual giving campaign and we ask people to donate money, people do in large numbers. And they do feel like this is something important. It's important that we have this space in our culture. It's important that it's non-commercial. It's important that it's neutral, all of the great community-driven values of Wikipedia. So for us, that business model works quite well. I think there's a very exciting future for education, and I think there are increasing incentives for ordinary people everywhere to get educated. And I think that people do respond to incentives. It's not automatic or instant necessarily, but when it is possible for people to see a way out of poverty through education, well, they'll do it. Or anyway, the parents will make sure their kids do it. When we think of young people, particularly young people who are being educated to a reasonably high standard, but in places around the world where youth unemployment is incredibly high and things are quite difficult. I do think that a piece of what we should be teaching them is entrepreneurship and the idea of creating your own job. I mean, in a knowledge economy, in an economy where intellectual production can be incredibly rewarding financially, I think it is possible that we'll see all kinds of interesting startups from places doing lots of interesting things. I mean, one thing about a knowledge economy is that the potential for economic growth with some low capital investment businesses is a really interesting one. So I think I'm optimistic about, well, not everything, but at least that.